Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print 3D channel. Today's April 30th and that means day 120 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode we gMaxSized it, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back and thank you for joining me here for day 120 of the 3DP 365 project. If you're unfamiliar with the project, check out the description below. I put a fact section down at the bottom that'll give you all the details. And don't forget to check out that MatterHackers affiliate link. If you're in the market for a new printer parts, or if you just need some filament, use that MatterHackers affiliate link down in the description. It kicks a little bit back to the channel, it doesn't cost you a penny and we really appreciate it. But on today's episode, we gMaxSized it. And before we talk about this print, let's head over to Thingiverse and I'll show you where to download this model. Then we'll tab over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for the print. Then we'll meet back here at the workbench and we'll talk about the print. Okay folks, so here we are at Thingiverse. Here is the simple vase with leaf pattern. And I'll put the link down in the description so you can download and print this one yourself. And this is a fairly new post and it looks like nobody's actually made this. So it looks like we might be first. And we gMaxSized ours. So let's head over to Simplify 3D and I'll show you my settings for this print. Alright, so here we are in Simplify 3D and I've dropped the model down on the print bed and I actually had to reduce it. It was larger than the volume of our gMax printer, so this model is actually pretty huge, and we went down to 70%. And that still gives us a build height of 451 millimeters in height. And I think this is the largest we've ever printed anything on our gMax. So let me show you my process settings. Under layer height, we did a 0.2 millimeter layer height and we did single outline corkscrew printing mode, aka vase mode, with 4 bottom layers. We also ran a brim by entering 0 in the skirt offset at 6 outlines, just to give it a little extra bed adhesion. Obviously no infill, no support. For temperature, this is MatterHackers PRO PLA, so I use a single temperature throughout, and that's 207. And I have my 3-stage cooling system set up. Under speed, we ran this out at 60 millimeters per second. So if I hit OK and hit prepare to print, you can see how this big vase sliced. And this will be a real-time slice of this, and there it is. And again, we are in corkscrew vase mode. So this is just going to print down our bottom layers and just print away. And it was a really long print. It was 11 hours and 41 minutes, pretty much on the nose. I actually got to see it end, and it only used up 147 grams of material. So in vase mode, you really don't consume a lot of material whatsoever because you're only doing a single perimeter plus your bottom layers. So you really do save material, even though the perimeter is very thin. It just depends on your nozzle diameter too. And we have a 0.5 millimeter nozzle, so that means our diameter thickness is 0.5 millimeters. So let's head over back to the workbench and let's talk about this big print. Okay, so you saw my settings in Simplify 3D, and here is our giant leaf vase, and we gMaxSized this guy. And he is 18 inches tall, and that's about as big as I want to go with our printer. There was about this much room left at the top before the extruder would start colliding with the upper support arm, or the filament feeding would start having some issues. So this is as big as I'm willing to go with my gMax printer. And I think 18 inches is a pretty respectable size for a printer. And this MatterHackers PRO PLA in the color of dark green was the perfect choice for this vase. I really love this matte finish. I really love the way this looks. And the artist did a really good job on this. You can actually see a lot of the little facets of the print itself. And of course the leaf design that he put on here is very, very cool. And I would say this is a pretty functional item. If we printed this in standard mode with, like, say 3 perimeters, this would be a very durable item and you could probably actually use this in your house. And I really have to say my gMax did an amazing job on this print. This printed almost 12 hours straight in vase mode. There are no skips, there are no globs, there are no layer separations. It is still in vase mode, so it's not super sturdy. But overall, I'd say the print is pretty great and I'm really happy with the results. So I would say this is the largest item that we've ever printed on the gMax printer, and I think this is the largest item I've ever seen printed on a gMax printer as far as height goes. We have 18 inches of build space that we used, and it looks awesome. I am super happy with the results. Well, that about wraps it up for day 120 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys found this episode interesting and informative. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.